Hello, nerds! Thank you for joining me here on Nerd News Clips. This is the second channel. This is the place for all of the short-form content as well as the individual sections and just generally speaking smaller things. If you are into the longer form content, youtube.com/generallynerdy is the place to go see that. With that out of the way, let's get into this. And now, the rumor mill. Quickie this time because last week was huge for some reason. So there are some things that are kind of in the works that we'll get into in future episodes that I didn't feel I couldn't research properly in order to get them into this episode. So I'm hoping to be able to pull a little bit more ability to confirm or deny things around some other. I'm rambling. Let's just get into these ones, shall we? First up, we don't have any confirmations, refutations. We don't have any new sources to support old rumors. We only have new rumors. And the first of the new rumors is a rumor around something we've talked about rumors before, and that is the new Joker movie. For a long time, the Joker movie in and of itself was a rumor. But Joker 2, Folie, Deux is reportedly going to take place largely in Arkham Asylum. What exactly that means, I'm not entirely sure, but it does go in line with the possibility of previous rumors we've talked about, how this is very potentially going to be a musical to some degree. It's going to have at least musical number or two. So technically, if that's the lens through which we're looking at this, this is rumor based on rumor, which means we can only go so high, and we're going to go just that high because this is just crazy enough to be true. 50% is as high as we can go with rumors based on rumors, but that is where we're at. 50% likely that this is a thing. Our next rumor is Super Mario 8 Deluxe. That's right, gaming rumors, nerds. Gaming rumors. So this one actually is more of a leak, less of a rumor, and it's a credible leak because multiple people have confirmed it, though nothing official from Nintendo just yet. But DLC tracks are being found by, I'm not going to list them all because there's way too many at this point, and it'd be another 15 minutes in the episode. So, but yeah, there are a slew of DLC tracks that have been leaked. And the way in which they were leaked is pretty interesting because with the most recent update for the game, I think it's 2.1.2 or something along those lines, they accidentally left in some audio files, and it's all right, so let's break this down real quick because in order to understand how it was leaked and why so many people were able to find this so easily, you have to understand how they updated this game or how the game kind of structure works. So the way that Mario Kart works on the Switch is when you're doing previews, like if you have a track highlighted, it plays a very short clip of the music from that track. And it would be really demanding on the RAM of your console if it had to load the entire track or the entire audio track for that go-kart track. So many tracks. So what they do is they have two separate audio tracks. They have the full track that plays when you're actually racing in the kart track, and then they have a short 1-second clip of that audio track that plays when you're previewing the track, when you just have it highlighted. So when they updated to this new update, the 2.1.2, I believe, very well could be wrong, but I think that's where it's at. They deleted the full tracks, but they left a whole lot of those 1-second previews in the game files. And so anyone who knows how to look at those game files on a Switch has seen this and confirmed that it's there. And so many people have seen this, and so many people are familiar with this content that they are able to determine exactly what track that music is from based off of previous games in the series. So they have put put together, there's a whole chart of which DLC tracks are coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because all you need with Mario Kart stuff, because it's so well known, is just that first second apparently, and you can put together whole charts. And now it's not completely every track, it's not 100% inclusive, but it's pretty close. If I had to go off of memory of what the grid that I saw looks like, it's approximately 70% of the potential DLC is the preview tracks are still in the audio, or is still in the files for this game. Now, it is a leak. It is something that is very, very potentially going to be changed in the future. It has to be changed to some extent because there are missing things in the DLC list. So we know it is going to change. How it changes very much could change which of these tracks actually gets released. So that's why we're putting it here in the rumors section, and that's also why we are giving it an 80% and not something higher and more definitive, because Nintendo could say, oh no, we screwed up, we're gonna pull out half of those that were stayed in there and then give you something else in the future. That's all very much within the realm of possibility. Not super likely, but possible. So 80% likelihood that these preview tracks are legit. Next, let's throw a little Star Wars action at you, shall we? That used to hold a different weight to it when you said, all right, let's talk about Star Wars. And now it's like, let's talk about Star Wars, I guess. So Star Wars Acolyte, the series that is coming to Disney+. There's been a little bit of rumor around it, and we kind of have two rumors here. So some of it has to do with code names. I don't remember all the code names because I didn't write them down because they're fairly irrelevant because they're code names, which means they're going to be changing. But there are a couple of rumors around Acolyte, first of which we're going to talk story, potential story content, so maybe leaks or maybe spoilers, I guess is the word I was looking for. So if you are not want to hear the spoilers, then thanks for listening. You can fast forward a little bit, and yeah. But either way, that you've been warned. So the first rumor, again, story-wise, apparently this is going to be based on two sisters. The first, I believe the rumor said first 2 episodes are going to be based on establishing who these two sisters are as kids. They're very close, and the village that they live in is being terrorized by this alien race, and the Jedi come in and offer to protect them from the alien race, and then they offer to train the younger of the sisters in the ways of the Jedi, because the older of the sisters is too old to train. And then we fast forward after the first couple episodes to when these two sisters are older, and we have the younger sister as a young Jedi. They're both Force sensitive, I guess we should say that. They're both Force sensitive, and so the younger sister as a Jedi, the older sister training to become and or is already a Sith. That's where the Acolyte part comes from, is because that's going to be the older sister. She's going to be the Sith Acolyte, apparently, according to the rumor. And then, battles ensue and crazy and bad things happen. So that's the first rumor. The second rumor is that the big bad, the main villain for this series, is going to be none other than Darth Plagueis. So that means that you have to believe this is a prequel to the prequel series. And I believe they may have said that, but I can't remember explicitly, so that kind of lends itself a certain way. So let's talk about the likelihoods of these. First and foremost, Plagueis. Because I can't remember explicitly, I'm giving it a little bit lower than I want to, because I honestly think that's very probable. But we're just gonna say about 60% likely that Darth Plagueis is going to be the main villain for this series, just because, again, I couldn't find confirmation that it had been made known that this is going to be a prequel. So if this is a sequel to literally anything that already exists in the main Skywalker timeline, then that's out the door immediately. So it's easy to refute this. But the second rumor, I think, is much more viable of a rumor because female leads, inter-family conflict, sounds actually legitimately compelling, so the community will at least accept it, and also checking the social justice boxes like Disney is wont to do these days. So makes a whole lot of sense that this would be the direction that they're going. I'm gonna give that, the sisters storyline, I'm gonna say that's about 70% likely, potentially even higher than that. I'm just being super conservative right now. 70% likely that these sisters are going to be the main protagonists, I guess, even though, again, conflict between the protagonists is an interesting thing. So, yeah, that's where we sit with Star Wars Acolyte. Once again, this has been just a brief segment from the larger episode that has been posted over on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. Go over there for the long-form content, or just subscribe here if you want it in bite-sized chunks. Thank you very much for joining me, nerds. We'll see you in the next one. Before we go, though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.